Okay, so welcome to a game called The Graveyard Shift. Now, I finished playing Daytime Morris, and I found this when I was going through a bunch of things trying to get a hold of Daytime Melissa, and I'm trying to figure out this entire ordeal because it's a demo of Daytime that I have no idea what the hell it's about. But I proceeded to open this up because the fact it's a Graveyard Shift, figured why not, it's free. Name your price actually, more accurately. But it was here, I decided to go, you know what, let's check it out, let's see what it has. And figured here we are. Started the entire game, we have a gallery. So another thing like Daytime being achievement based. Then it seems to be the same engine as far as I know. To unlock the extra section, complete the game. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So, yeah. New game. I don't have one. So, new game. The entire loading icon there kind of including the same engine type. This game contains the following content warnings. Blood. Injury detail. Okay, cool. Threatening behavior. Bad language. For a better experience, wearing headphones plus keeping all background music, sound effects, and voice acting turned on is advised. Stay safe and have fun. In loving memory, Steve Pombo. Okay, so Pombo? That's a little weird name. So Steve Pombo Pemberton. Okay, weird name. See, December 19th, 1967, October 31st, 2022. So you lived a while, to be fair. So being dead now is not a surprise. With heavy heart, the police family regrets to announce the passing of our beloved officer Pemberton. Pemberton. It's a weird name. I'm sorry. His sharp wit, dry sense of humor, warm heart, and generous spirit will be deeply missed. In lieu of flowers, please consider donating to a charity of your choice. Okay, loosen up a little bit, have some fun. The art style is phenomenal, and it's, from what I've seen with Daytime, it has a lot of potential for the engine. Before we begin, please choose a portrait for the protagonist. Okay, so we actually get a choice. Both look phenomenal. Though you look like almost like every stereotyped like detective ever kind of deal. I can't say much about you, but yeah. Officer Shear Smith. That's a weird name. First, I'm going to go with your icon. And what is Officer Shear Smith's forename? Okay, it's your last name. First name, right? Druga. Submit. After the death of Officer Shear Smith's partner, Officer Pemberton, Druga was assigned a new partner. Druga met this new partner, trainee Officer Volcom, yesterday. Volcom. Okay, that's your name. What do they look like? Oh, you all give me too many choices. Okay. I guess I chose a masculine-looking image for protagonist. Go with Volcom being a feminine-looking portrait here. Why not? Give a little bit of diversity.
One of the more persistent cliches of the police procedural is that the new partner always winds up dead.
Voice acting.
And here I am, the living embodiment of that trope. Well, I'm not a cliche, I hope. But my story, well, it's as old as time itself.
I didn't know they were gonna die if I chose them. Well, shit. Okay, will we be able to like prevent your death? Because I'm curious. Yeah, well, you're doing the conflicts window. We don't text message, but I mean it's fine. Skip. I'm not skipping. Sound. Okay, everything is on. Just I didn't know there was gonna be voice acting in this. I thought it was gonna be a just texting. I was just gonna read myself constantly. Okay, awesome. It hasn't been all that long since I lost my old partner, and yet standing out there in the cold is his replacement. Staring tiredly at the newbie, I shrug apathetically. Okay.
Can I come in?
You spoke for me, so yes, you can come in.
Yes. What are you waiting for?
Okay, nice voice.
My hands are a little full.
Heaving a sigh, I reach over to open the door.
Hurry up and get in, will you? It's freezing.
I seriously did not expect voice acting.
There you go.
Mind you, it's appreciated. Handing me a paper cup filled with coffee, the newbie smiles, and I grasp it with suspicion before taking a sip, only to pause, eyes narrowing.
Did you put any sugar in it?
Well, I put a sweetener in it for you.
That's hardly the same, is it?
A sweetener? Seriously?
Okay, you're just being a douchebag then now.
Yep.
Okay. Releasing yet another sigh, I can't help but feel as though I'll never warm to this new partner of mine.
What? Do you want type 2 diabetes?
I mean, I'm using an alternative sweetener, a sugar-free sweetener. So, yeah, I mean, I get the point. It's what I kind of prefer here. Not that I am diabetic, but because the fact is, it runs so high on both sides of my family. It wouldn't be surprising if I was born that way, but I wasn't. Shockingly, I should. You were being a dick. A douchebag. Be polite.
Trust me to get stuck with Officer Vulcan the vegan. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll still drink it. Thank you.
Well, okay, sugar's vegan. It's good. I mean, sugar comes from sugarcane, the plant. Okay, that's confusing. And vegans aren't always bad. There's a person-to-person basis.
You're welcome.
You're just being a douche. I chose a douchebag as a portrait. That was a weird drinking sound. An awkward silence descends on the pair of us as we slowly sip on our drinks. I suppose it's up to me to make more conversation.
When I did stakeouts with my old partner, we'd have energy drinks, tins of chocolates, and full stacks of Pringles.
So you're a snacker. Cool.
What? Each?
Well...
Yep. Trust me, you can relieve yourself a good few times in those tubes. Pretty handy for when you're doing undercover work.
Okay. Pop the ear, but... Fair point, Tia.
Ew, gross. That sounds extremely unsanitary. Please tell me you're joking.
It is, but you know, when you have a job to do and you have no other choice.
You are joking, right?
No?
Well, it never did me any harm.
Well, your attitude could use an adjustment, so it did something.
Jeez, I dread to think what you put in the tins of chocolates then. Oh, and by the way, I'm not actually a full-on vegan. I'm more of a flexitarian. I do eat meat once a month or so.
I didn't know that was a thing. So I'm learning something new today. I should... I mean, why should I mock her to begin with? I mean, it's fine. It's her choice. like, it's anybody's choice. If you want to be a vegan, you want to be a vegetarian, a flexitarian. I did not know that existed. It's all your choice. You go ahead, and it's your choice. And as long as you're not really causing problems for others, it's kind of a cool thing. Options. I've heard some vegan options are actually really good. So, yeah.
Fair enough. I suppose we could all do with cutting down these days, what with global warming and all that.
Exactly! See, this is what I keep trying to explain to people. It's not just better for the environment, but for everyone alive.
Well, I'm not going to really get into a debate about something like this. But when it comes down to it, there's ups and downs to both. Talking about, let's say almond milk, for an example. It's shipments have to be done, and the only real options in certain areas are actively planes, cargo ships. It's going to cause admission anyways. So it's really picking the lesser of the two evils.
Hey, did you know in some countries there are 3.7 cows for every human?
It's a lot of cows.
Nope, I sure didn't.
Yeah, that's a lot of cows.
Well, you do now, so think on that.
Another silence envelops our small world as we both sigh in unison. I can't remember the last time I was this bored. A cat would be better company.
What goes up but never comes down?
Good question.
You did this one yesterday.
Did I?
Yeah, right after I introduced myself. The answer is your age.
That's not the only thing.
Correct.
But, yeah. Staring out of the window, I just about managed to stop myself from sighing once more.
You must miss him.
Well, you were so much of a douchebag to start off with. I don't think he misses you in the afterlife and all.
Who?
Your old partner?
Yeah.
We had our fair share of arguments. And he could be a right grumpy lump sometimes.
Oh, if he's a grumpy lump to you in comparison, I am really interested in finding out. Because you were a little grumpy to start off with.
Wow, even grumpier than...
Exactly, that's my point. Exactly. You get it.
Most cops.
You specifically.
Yeah.
Well, he was very different to you. Put it that way.
I see. You guys must have got on great.
So you knew him beforehand. Okay, sweet. Swigging gulps of coffee down to avoid the awkwardness, I continued to stare out of the window, wishing time would suddenly skip forward.
Did you ever actually spot anyone
Skip.
doing anything?
I have an option. Skip. That's a good question. Did you actually catch anyone doing anything?
Nope. I saw a fox, heard an owl, and some bats. You know, sometimes it feels more like I'm out here doing wildlife surveys.
Fair enough.
Well, I guess no one's going to start dealing drugs with us sat here watching, are they? Even in an unmarked car, they'd still have to be pretty stupid.
Well, be fair.
We're a deterrent. At least that's what Control said. There's been some instances of vandalism in the area, apparently. Probably just some people messing around.
Really, vandalism?
Oh, have you got a copy of the report? I wouldn't mind reading it.
Yes, report. That'd be nice. I should make excuses. Snap at her. Why snap at her? She wants to read over the report. I think that would be wise. We learn something. And make excuses. Why? Just being rude.
Not on me, no. Sorry. If you remind me next time we're at the station, though, I can grab a copy for you then.
Sure. Shouldn't you have a copy with you, though?
Yeah, but I forgot to pick it up. My memory isn't what it used to be.
Obviously then.
That sucks. maybe you should go see a doctor or something. Gotta look after yourself, right?
Oh,
Especially in a job like this.
I need to distract her somehow, so she stops bugging me about
The
stuff.
one that makes it sells it. The one that buys it never uses it. The one that uses it never knows they're using it. What is it?
Good one, good one.
Can you say it again?
The one that makes it sells it. The
Okay.
one that buys it never uses it. The one that uses it never knows that they're using it. What is it?
That's a good one. The one that makes it never... The one that sells it. The one that buys it never uses it. Okay. Interesting.
I don't know. Is it a towel? It's usually a towel with these things.
Huh? No.
Fine. I give up.
Okay,
It's a
I'm
coffin.
curious. Oh, fair point. Back in my head.
Coffin? That doesn't make any sense.
Think about it. The one that buys it never uses it.
Fair point.
Oh. yeah. Very clever.
Yeah, fair point. That's actually really good.
Trust me, I've got plenty more where that came from.
Be interesting. Truthfully.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah, the funny thing, I like these games. I just don't play them as often as I could. I'm not talking about horror. I'm talking about the entire like story like games like this. I don't know exactly what category they're called exactly, but the entire story idea for a type of game, I don't play them as often as I could, though I do like them. I didn't expect this one to have any form of dialogue that was actually voiced. Normally you just read them off yourself. They're a choose your own adventure kind of deal almost. Your choice of end of story. So, it's a little weird to me, but it's nice.
What? You wait until you spend years doing this job. You've got to keep your mind occupied somehow. Keep the dark thoughts at bay.
To be fair, it's not an easy job, I imagine. With another uncomfortable silence hanging over us, it's my stomach growling that breaks it this time.
Excuse me?
Reaching over the newbie, I grab my dinner from the glove box. At least eating will pass a few more minutes.
Oh, what the heck is that? It stinks.
Okay, that's a question.
It's just chicken tikka masala. Do you want some?
No. Could you please put a lid on it or eat it outside the car?
Oh, come on.
Eh.
It's not that bad. In fact, it's always better after a few days. Really helps the flavors come out.
Yeah, that's great for you and everything, but please, I'm really sensitive to smells.
That's interesting to know. I should. Okay, I mean, you could just roll down a window. Good to note, though, you're sensitive to smells. You have eyes, really good sense of smell, get a good nose on you. Okay. Fine, I'll put it away. Placing the lid, I stash the curry back into the glove box. Much to the relief of the poor newbie.
Fine. I'm not that hungry anyways. I just thought it would help pass the time a bit.
If I'd have known she was that sensitive, I would have mentioned my old toileting habits earlier.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry I'm not as good company as your old partner. But things will get better, won't they? You know, the more time we spend together.
Well, it depends on you mostly. 'Cause you were rude to start.
No problem. And honestly, don't worry about it. Friendships aren't created overnight, after all.
Some can be, but that's a different
True.
story.
I'm sorry too, by the way. I don't mean to be grumpy with you. It's just... I'm still getting used to the idea of having a new partner around, you know?
I know. So, did they offer you any counseling after, well, you know, after what happened?
Okay, it's a question. What happened to him? He died, but...
They did, yeah. But I never went.
Why not?
Another good question.
I don't know,
What?
You what?
It's okay. You know you can talk to me, right?
No, I'm not ready to talk about it yet, especially not with someone I hardly know. She probably wouldn't understand anyway.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with SW.
Steering wheel?
Yep, got it. Now it's your turn.
That one was a little bit easy.
Really? That's the best you could come up with? I've got a better idea. You like games, right? Have you ever played, Fortunately, Unfortunately?
I've never heard of this game. I should... Huh. I have never heard of this game before.
How do you play?
That's a question.
Well, we start telling a story, and one of us begins every sentence with fortunately, and the other one counters it with unfortunately.
Okay, it's kind of like a whose line is it?
So, for example, you might say, fortunately, I won the lottery today. And then I would say something like, unfortunately, I lost the ticket.
It's like a whose line is it?
Alright, I get it. This sounds good. You go first then.
Okay, yeah.
Fortunately, I found the ticket in my jeans pocket.
Unfortunately, I'd just washed my jeans, so the ticket was ruined.
Fortunately, the place I bought the ticket from had a copy.
Unfortunately, it was the national lottery of some small island I've never heard of, and it was only worth enough to buy a coffee.
Fortunately, they flew me out there to collect my winnings.
Unfortunately, the plane crashed.
Fortunately, we washed up on a nearby desert island with a population of beautiful native people.
Unfortunately, they were cannibals.
Fortunately, they were vegan cannibals.
That's not how this... Well, thinking about it. Vegan cannibals. By the wording of that, wouldn't that mean they specifically only eat vegans? That would be a weird twist.
Unfortunately, they were actually flexitarian vegan cannibals and ate meat about once a month.
Well, fortunately, my partner came to rescue me.
Unfortunately, my partner was killed. He had his throat slit right where you're sitting now. He had a wife, and 2 kids, and another one on the way. And I was in a takeaway, waiting for poppadoms.
Okay, things got deep.
Fortunately, you're a strong person, and you can move on and keep helping others.
This is one way to open up. My eyes bothering me. I can't believe she got that out of me with her stupid game, but she's wrong about me.
Unfortunately, I'm really not.
Sorry. I realize now I probably should have let you do the fortunatelys. I heard he was a great...
Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Sorry.
Well, that's sad for you. Loading. The following night.
Excuse me.
Yes, excuse you. We're gonna save. I've been doing too a lot. So let me see. That's not a button. That's a button. Okay, so this has been interesting. I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you all for watching this episode of The Graveyard Shift. Now, I have a lot to expect. Also, the art style kind of got me. I read a brief bit of it, and for the description what they had on itch.io, and well, one thing led to another, I'm here. So, it was interesting and good from what I've seen. So, went deep immediately. And what happened to your partner is what's going to happen to you. Back there. Instead of here. As you were saying, just right where you're sitting. Right here. So, we have a lot to experience. Maybe we can actually change fate. I don't know. So, thank you for watching this episode. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish to. Let me know any game you'd like to see me play. And I hope to see you in another video.